Marvel Rivals just came out, and despite how fast everybody seems to be picking the game up, not everybody who likes Marvel is a gamer, especially to the caliber of hero shooters. And if you played games like Overwatch, you know how crazy and fast-paced they are compared to other games. Look how bad Ninja's crashing out trying to play Marvel Rivals. And isn't that guy like one of the best Fortnite players ever or something? I don't watch Ninja. I don't know. I'm sorry. So today we're gonna do top 5 easiest characters in Marvel Rivals. Please excuse me. My voice is so sore. I'm getting over a cold. But honestly, if you know me and I'm always sick. I'm always getting over a cold. So we do what we can. Number 5, and in my opinion, probably the easiest tank to play, Doctor Strange. The reason I'm putting Doctor Strange here is because you get to just basically play Reinhardt the way Overwatch devs wanted you to play Reinhardt. And by that, I mean you just stand there with your shield the entire game. That's it. Number 4. No, I'm just kidding. There's so much more to him. So his primary fire is a projectile. It's super easy to land. It does a huge amount of damage. I think it even has burst damage to the people around it. I could be wrong. And the more damage you do, the more you fill up his Agamotto meter. I don't fucking know what it's called. Does anyone know what it's called? Someone knows what it's called. You'll correct me, I'm sure. It allows him to burst out. So basically you just have to learn like 2 abilities and then his ult. Huge strategies with Doctor Strange are combos that are really easy to pull off. You just ult, which slows everybody down, and then while they're ulted, you do some damage and then it bursts, and then you do more damage, and then everything dies. Super easy. And he's a tank, if you can imagine. He also has a movement ability, so if you're ever in trouble, you can fly away, hold up your shield, do what you gotta do. And yes, I hear you guys, Doctor Strange also has a teleporter, but if you're like new to the game and new to gaming, you really don't even need it. They're gonna flame me in the comments. Don't listen to them. You don't need it. You really don't. If you want to use it right when you spawn. Put the portal up, try to get into the back line. You don't got to get crazy with it. You're gonna see people doing 360 shatters out of the teleporter. You don't need to do all that. You never need that. Number 4, for real this time, Hawkeye. Listen, before you guys come at me, because you have to aim with Hawkeye, I understand. Yes, you do have to aim, and there's actually a really unique mechanic with Hawkeye, where as you aim at somebody for longer, it does more damage, which I think is super unique. But realistically, that's the end of Hawkeye's ability, is shoot bow and arrow. If you can shoot bow and arrow, you can hold one trigger and then just shoot it. That's pretty much it. And also, if you know Hawkeye, he's broken. He's absolutely broken. I played Hawkeye the other day and I went 22-1, and it was my first time playing it. And I was just like, I don't even play duelist. I'm a support main. I'm a Jeff one trick. Hawkeye does technically have other abilities where he has like fire bombs. If people are pushing you, you can shoot the ground, or if you have a whole bunch of people in front of you. But realistically, even then, you're probably not even gonna use that ability ever. You're probably just gonna use your regular arrow instead, but it does more damage. Why wouldn't you? He has an ability that I think slows people down, so it makes it easier to shoot. It does also a lot of damage. I think even headshots one-shot squishies. I could be wrong, but that's pretty nutty if you ask me. His ult literally holds them in place, and you can shoot the holograms for free damage. I mean, he's broken. He's so broken, he'd be easy to play for anybody. Your grandma could play him. Seriously, give your grandma the controller, and let's see what she can do. I bet you she'll go 22-1. I guarantee it. Number 2, of course, I got to put more supports on here. Oh, what? We skipped number 3. Number 3 is Jeff. The reason I'm putting Jeff so low on this list, even though I think Jeff is way easier to use because he has like 2 abilities, is that Jeff is one of those characters where he's really, really easy to use in a sense, but being good with Jeff is a different story. Yes, I know, I hear you. Jeff has such an overpowered ult. His ult is pretty bad, to be honest. Jeff has a healing stream, shoots icicles out at people that does incredible amounts of damage and burst damage, and that's it. He has an escape ability to where he can crawl walls, and of course, pretty much everybody on this list has a movement ability. I think even Hawkeye has like a double jump ability and can climb walls or something, because they wanted to take Hanzo entirely from Overwatch. One of the best parts about Jeff is that his escape ability not only makes him a harder target to hit, but he can also move incredibly fast. Not only that, but it also heals him passively. So even if you're taking like slow damage, like a Scarlet Witch damage, you're not going to die right away. You can pretty much get out of most fights and engagements to live. For a support player, that's one of the most important values, is staying alive. And Jeff's really good at that. Jeff also has the ability to do like a team up with Groot and jump on his head. But honestly, with Jeff, it kind of just makes you a bigger target. It gives you damage reduction, but Jeff is like one giant headshot. So putting him right in the middle of the fight, right on top of a Groot to be like a giant target, it's really not a good idea, to be honest. Jeff does have a really good team up with Luna though, and it makes Jeff really strong. Number 2 is Rocket Raccoon. A lot of people complain that Marvel Rivals is really hectic and there's a lot of chaos going on, and there is at all times, forever. Buildings are exploding, 9 different ults are happening, and there's still more to be used because it's 6v6, there's 12 people. It's more hectic than Overwatch, and Overwatch is already ADHD central. I mean, come on. But Rocket Raccoon kind of gives us the closest we get to Mercy. And hear me out. Rocket's primary is just like a machine gun, so it's really easy to do damage. He has a healing, which just shoots like healing orbs. You don't even necessarily have to aim because they kind of bounce around like crazy. And even though he doesn't have massive burst healing, he does like really consistent healing over time. And you don't have to like focus too hard. You can kind of just like focus on staying alive and just spamming your healing, and every now and again shooting at poke if you see someone's low or starting fights and stuff like that. Not only that, but Rocket can fly with his jetpacks. He can like float, and he can double jump, and he can climb walls. So of course, an escape ability. Everybody on this list probably has an escape ability. It wouldn't be an easy character to play if they didn't have an escape ability. Not only that, but Rocket gives armor to his teams. He has a damage boost team up with multiple people. His ult is like a permanent damage boost to all of the people in a radius. So kind of like Mercy's ult with her damage boost, if you know. And not only that, but he has a res that he just puts in the back line, and then if anyone dies, they just respawn, and it shoots out little armor and jump packs for everybody. As support players are concerned, Rocket's pretty easy to use. He only has like 2 primary attacks, and that's pretty much it, unlike everybody else who has like 5 different abilities. Number 1 on this list, and to no one's surprise, is Scarlet Witch. If you're a new player in Marvel Rivals and it's your first day ever playing a video game, and you're like, man, I love the MCU, I love Marvel Comics, whatever it is, and you're like, I just want to see these characters and play them, try Scarlet Witch. The best part about Scarlet Witch is she does consistent damage. She has an escape ability, of course, which turns her invisible for a moment, and she only has 1 attack. She has other attacks, they're good. One of them's a stun that you don't have to aim, you just throw it into an area, and if anyone's in that area, they get stunned for a second. The other one is a projectile, so you can practice with your aiming. But realistically, if it's day 1 and you're just trying to figure out how to use joysticks or something, use her primary fire. You don't have to aim it. Just worry about walking around and staying alive to the best of your ability, and hold R2. And everything will just eventually die. Believe it or not, despite her ult being a massive nuke though, she's not as strong as you think. So be careful, but definitely easiest character to play in the game because I'm done explaining her. That was it. Just hold 1 button and then walk around and things will die. Yeah. What about you guys? Do you have any other characters that you think to suggest for newer players? I know everybody's like a tryhard and you guys are just going to be scolding all the new players for being bad. Stop doing that. That's annoying. No one cares. Let people enjoy things. Let new players enjoy a game. Not everyone's like me and you who have been playing games since we were like 5 years old, okay? Some people just picked them up a week ago. Let them enjoy things. All right, guys. See you soon. Peace.